Hello, and welcome to Straight Grown Talk. I am your host, Laquel Farley, and friends. Today we have a phenomenal show. We will be talking about Let's Talk Fitness. So we're going to get into the beginning of the year. So every year everybody always makes these promises about getting in health and shape and all of that good jazz. But we're going to definitely talk about a variety of things. We're going to talk about fitness, mind, body, soul, and food. So we're going to nurture all the above. Momentarily, we're going to be back with our first set of guests, and she's going to tell us some phenomenal things that we should know when preparing our food, catering, stuff like that. I want to also take a moment and thank our sponsors for sponsoring Straight Grown Talk today. If you would like more information, please make sure that you share this video right now. Go to your phone and share it. And if you want to know more information, you can also check us out on Straight Grown Talk through Facebook or Straight GT on all social medias and platforms. We'll be back momentarily with our guests. Look forward to you then. Welcome back. And today we have in our studios Miss Caprinis and we have Miss Miracle in front of me, or beside me, should I say. And they're going to be here to talk about a couple of different things. So in Georgia and everywhere else, we're prone to have more than one businesses. So these women are doing phenomenal things in our community. So they're here today to share them with you. I'm going to start off by asking Caprinis, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am from Georgia, first of all.
Okay.
I like to refer to myself as a serial entrepreneur.
That's right. That's good.
I am the official wedding coordinator of Nothing Like It events. I also own Stroke of Genius Promotions, which dibbles and dabbles in artist entertainment. I am a licensed tax preparer for easy tax returns.
Oh, wow.
Hands are kind of in everything.
That's a good thing. That means you get paid in all corners.
Yes.
And Miss Miracle, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm originally from Florida. I think I always tell myself I was created DNA-wise to just be great. Because I have a whole lot of things under my belt. I'm a college graduate. And just as Caprinia mentioned, that we own Nothing Like It events. We also own our own tax soft company, as well as we're notaries.
Oh, wow. Okay.
About that too.
So my question is, how long have you guys been in business?
It's been about 8 years now.
Oh, wow. That's phenomenal. How was it with you guys growing and starting off?
Ooh, a lot of bumping heads. We self-taught, learned along the way.
Yes.
One
dominant.
Yes.
One is a little dominant than the other.
Yes.
We actually sat in crystals and we created Nothing Like It events.
Yes, right over here actually.
Yes.
Oh,
Our
wow.
family will always call us for events and we will always get there and we would see everything that went wrong. So we was eager to just jump in
and
make the corrections, and then we realized we may have a niche for this particular.
Right. And we work well off of each other.
Very.
And that was the biggest thing. It's like the yin to your yang, you finish each other's sentences type of thing.
And that always works when you're in business and you have a co-partner that you guys gel, mix, and do things together. So am I correct that you also are related too?
Yes.
We are.
First cousins.
First cousins.
All
Our
right.
mothers are sisters.
Good. So what inspired you to even go further, because you do a lot, and I must admit, when I like promoting your business, because again, you do a lot of things for the community. I know behind the scenes you guys do, where Nothing Like an Event does budgets, and you
Yes.
try to keep everyone in mind. So tell us who came up with that idea.
We actually both did. Our thing was we have packages. However, every bride, no matter what status you are in life, deserve a perfect wedding. You deserve a perfect birthday, a 50th, your 25th, or whatever the case may be. So we try our best to work with everyone to give them something that they can definitely remember.
That's true. That's true. So I want to talk about the catering side of it.
Okay.
You are a phenomenal cook.
I love cooking.
I have had some of your food myself personally.
Okay.
And enjoy it a lot. So I must say that I love the presentation of it as well, when you're presenting it as well. Give us a little bit of nugget about what inspired you to go into the cooking aspect, because you could have just stayed into the planning aspect, but you did food for thought and soul.
Well, the food came about and grew a mind of its own. We originally only wanted to do decor. I love cooking since I was a child. I've watched my mother cook. I've been right there. I just cook for my soul. It's all love. So I enjoy that more, and it seems like, as I said, cooking took a mind of its own. And we have a lot more catering events than we have decorations at times.
Yes.
But I mean, you feed people's soul with cooking. You know, you can go anywhere and eat, but is the food really good? Does it really reach your taste palate?
Because it don't taste right. And I promise you,
but there are people that will go and eat anywhere.
That's true.
And then it's eating anywhere versus eating something that's really good.
True.
Even down to vegan options.
Yes.
We tend to get to events, even though we've prepped and spoken with the actual client prior to, are there any vegans or anything like that? They usually forget about them. So a lot of times on site, Miracle's having to throw something together that
create
still
a new
tastes
dish.
good and create a vegan meal in a heartbeat. It's just like drop of a dime.
Okay. What was your role model to inspire you to do this?
I don't think it's any
Neither of us
particular
have a role model
models.
for it. It's more of an inspiration. It kind of just revealed itself. It was a talent or a hidden talent that we both pretty much had. One of us is, business, and one just understood bringing in the social part of everything. So we wouldn't say we actually have a role model. We do this for our family. We do this because this is what we love. So we don't want to put any one particular name, person, or gender on anything. We just, this is what we love to do.
With the ultimate goal of bringing in generational wealth.
Yeah, entrepreneurship.
Something that the kids can step in one day and continue to take over, because at some point they all, my children, her children, all step in on some level and try to help out. They're on site sometimes. They're behind the scenes helping to create things. So, yeah.
Oh, I love hearing that about our next generation. So I do know you guys, kids, do help out on different events.
Yes.
How do your kids feel about working with mom and auntie?
They can't stand it.
For my kids, they love working with cousin first.
Right.
Because as a mother, I'm going to be harder than regardless, because I want them to aim for perfection more than anything.
And then mine are the exact opposite. They find it entertaining that Miracle is the Miracle you see every day versus the Miracle on site is like, Mom, she's a totally different person. It's so entertaining to us.
Well, that's what you're supposed to be. You have to remain professional at all times when you're on site.
Right.
It's different like when we're just kicking it.
Right.
So when you're at
Totally.
home just relaxing, you can be yourself. But when you're in public eye, of course, you have to become a total different person. So I do understand. Now, I want to ask a question about a nugget you guys will leave for the next generations. Since you did mention about your kids and you formulating a business to leave for the next generation.
I teach my children, college is great, Entrepreneurship is always great to have as a backup plan.
Repeat that again.
College
I love
is
it.
great, but entrepreneurship is always needs to be there as well.
That's right.
Because I am a college graduate, I have several degrees, several diplomas, several certificates, anything from cooking, catering, decorating, cosmetology, bartending. I have so many different things under my belt that I also encourage them that college may not be for everyone.
True.
And if you have it or if you don't have it, you can still be successful. So I teach them and I show them entrepreneurship. I don't leave them out of the plans. I have them hands-on every step of the way.
Right.
That's a wonderful thing.
And constantly stressing to them that if you find something that you love, you will never go to work. You'll never feel like you're going to work.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah.
Yes, it's fun. It's exciting.
It's fun.
Yes.
It's exciting, and you figure out how to make it work for you, where you are actually generating a stream of income. It's the best thing ever. Mine, for me, my children are grown, so they all sit back, and everybody is currently looking at different ways to actually start their own businesses because they have sat back and they watched us, and they're like, "Wait a minute, this is actually working. You all are formulating a plan that maybe we need to follow this blueprint." And all of them also are in school with half of them, and they're taking what you're learning in school with the education part and trying to put it with the entrepreneur and make it work.
Okay, so let's switch hats just a little bit. We talked about the catering event, and I do want you to give how to reach you guys for the catering event, but I also want to talk about it's tax season.
Yes.
So I want to drop a couple of nuggets you guys can suggest for our viewers that are coming up as well. Tell us a little bit about your tax business, and then I want you to tell a little bit of just maybe 2 nuggets.
Okay. So let me give the first nugget. Being entrepreneurs, pay your kids $12,000. It's an easy write-off. It's not penalized, and they do not have to file a 1099 for those funds. You could easily put $200 per event or whatever your particular entrepreneurship is in their account, and they actually get to make that. And the IRS allows you to write that $12,000 off for your child.
Wow, that was a huge
LLC
nugget
for them.
Yeah,
Correct.
that was a huge nugget.
That's something that we don't teach our kids because we don't know.
Correct.
That's first of all. So I feel it's so important for us to inform all of us, period. If you know it, don't keep it to yourself. Share this information, period.
And that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to gain the knowledge and give it back to the community. Again, that's why Straight Grown Talk was created initially, was to give back to the community and let you guys know things you wouldn't normally hear through everyday conversation. Now, some people do hear it. Like I hear a lot of it, but then a lot of people don't. So that's why I continue to have guests. That's why it says LaKel Farley and friends to help you guys and everyone in the community to educate, motivate, and to stimulate you into knowing what you need to know in today's world. So the second piece of nugget is what?
Your W-4s. Please make sure you are taking out your proper federal taxes.
Within your tax bracket.
Yes.
And that's a very good jewel. I would say the second most important is to have a rapport with your tax preparer. If your tax preparer is not educating you on filing taxes, then maybe you should seek elsewhere.
Right.
Because they should educate you first on your filing status, your deductions, things that you could write off. So if they're not educating you, you may need to seek a different tax preparer.
That's true.
That's
phenomenal. With our clients, especially our repeat clients, throughout the year, we check on them.
Yes.
We post information on our Facebook pages. Look, it's this time of year. Go back, make sure you're taking out the proper this and that. Make sure you do this. Make sure you just different little things that they have to know that people tend to forget or they don't know.
Right.
And yes, we give them information in the beginning of the year when you're getting your taxes done. But you get busy. Life is hectic, and you forget. So when things kind of calm down, June, July, we're sending out text messages. We're putting posts up. Look, remember this. Don't forget to do this. Check on this. And it's all for your own financial health.
So I want to go back and ask a question. You mentioned about W-4s. Explain to our viewers what W-4s are, because not everyone knows what that is.
W-4s is your deductions. It's what the federal is going to withhold from you or your state withholding. Without that amount of withholding, we have a lot of clients that may not take out anything which goes exempt. When you go in front of HR to fill this out, think about your filing status, whether you're single, married filing joint, married filing separate, or head of household. Each one of them hold a different status as far as your deductions. Think about the dependents that you may file at the time. You don't want to put 15 dependents on and they don't remove anything from your federal withholdings, and then come time for filing, you haven't taken out anything.
And
you've made
correct for the year,
and now you're owing back $22,000 from not taking out the proper amount because you were not educated. HR is not going to educate you on your filing status.
No,
they expect you to come in and know. Also understand that if you go exempt, you can also select a certain amount to come out of each pay period that goes towards your federal. Whether it's something as small as $20 every time you get your paycheck, or something as high as $100, based on what you can afford. So if you don't know how to actually go in and put in your exemptions for your federal withholdings, just select a simple amount until you speak with someone about how you should properly file that W-4.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for both coming in. Now, Caprinas, I would like for you to give the information in regards to how to reach Nothing Like an Event. And Miracle, I would like for you to give your tax information.
Okay. We are Nothing Like It Events on www.nothinglikeitevents.com, Nothing Like It Events LLC on Facebook, Nothing Like It Events on Instagram.
Okay. Miracle.
And Easy Tax Return, we have a Facebook page, Easy Tax Return. It also has the tag of Nothing Like It Event as well. You can contact us directly or via email 678-458-2519, or our company email taxrefunds with an S 33@yahoo.com.
Well, it has been a pleasure in speaking with both of you guys today. I look forward to having you back on the show soon. I know, young lady, you're about to get swamped with everybody blowing up your phone. And I know that you guys stay busy all the time. I have to call her, literally pick up my phone and be like, okay, I know darn well she see me calling. But that's how busy they are, and that's what you want.
Yes.
You want to get multiple streams of income, and these young ladies are definitely about their money. So I want to thank you again for taking.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I want to thank you for taking a moment out of your busy schedules and join us on Straight Grown Talk. We look forward again to have you guys back on the show soon.
Yes.
And I know you guys are going to do wonderful things.
Thank you.
Alrighty, you guys, we'll be back momentarily with Mr. J. Lopez. We are going to talk about fitness. See you soon. Welcome back to Straight Grown Talk. So we're in the second half of the show. I'm so excited. Many of us talk about every year or at the end of the year how we're going to start getting in shape. And I dedicated this show again to talk about fitness, mind, body, and soul. My next guest is Mr. Jay Lopez, and he is an expert in fitness. I met him a year or two ago, and I was blown away by his presentation. I always wanted to have him on the show. I'm glad that we finally got you on the show. So I wanted to jump right in and tell the viewers who you are.
Body transformation coach. I've been doing this for about 3-4 years. Navy veteran, so I got a lot of my education with fitness starting there. And yeah.
What inspired you to start body transformation?
Nothing inspired me. I think I hit a wall. I had tried a few things when I got back to Atlanta in 2013. I went to school for music. I went to school for maintenance, and I was just trying to find success somewhere. And I hit a point where I was just working, at a warehouse. And I was like, man, I got to do something. I got to go to school to do something and become something, especially when my son was born. So I gave it some thought, and I just realized maybe nutrition is a good way to start. At the time, I was really into eating healthy. And I was like, you know what? I'll just start there. I'll start with nutrition. So while looking up nutrition courses online, I found personal training school, and that's when it hit me right there. I was like, man, I haven't missed a gym day like ever. So it just kind of came about.
Okay. So let's talk about your phenomenal fitness program. Let's talk about your daily routine. What do you do? How you get your clients into shape? Because you have an excellent program, and I believe it's a 90-day transformation.
Yes, yeah.
Please talk about that.
Okay, so routine is everything. Like your success lies in your routine, and that's the goal that I have all of my clients set, and that's a goal that I set for myself with each of my clients as well. Okay. So what I do is I analyze like what their current lifestyle is like, right? I look at what they do in their daily activity. I look at all the struggles they deal with, the current nutrition, if they're disciplined enough to get on a meal plan, if they need help, knocking out the bad foods and things like that, right? Once I analyze all this stuff, I take it in, and then I come up with a strategy, a game plan. And I don't feed them with the whole game plan and overwhelm them. We just take it step by step.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's
so
good.
I structure everything out. So a lot of times someone that probably hasn't had a fitness coach or thought they had a fitness coach in the past probably got thrown into something, right? And what I do is say, hey, you know what can we do this first week to put you in a better place? What can we do these next 2, 3, 4 weeks for you to be able to say, hey, you know what? For the past 4 weeks, I've been showing up to the gym consistently. I've been drinking more water. I've been eating better, right? And what happens is you look back and you realize before you know it, you're in shape, or you're 50 pounds down. You're looking good. You're feeling good. And you kind of don't even know how it came about. But it's all in the routine. You're
right. So with that being said, how do you get beyond the 30-day, how they tell you about, it takes your mind 30 days to formulate a new routine. A lot of times, and I tell people all the time, when you're first starting out, you need to first detox your body. How do you get your clients to stay focused and beyond that 30 days? Because the first 30 days, believe it or not, everybody, it is the hardest.
So the first thing is, I would say consultation is important. And that's something that a lot of fitness professionals need to implement if they're not, right? Consultation gives me that chance to really get to know my client in a moment. It's kind of like dating in a sense, right?
Okay.
Before you get into a relationship,
right?
You have like this checklist of things you're looking for and things or red flags, right? Sometimes during consultation, I'll find, hey, you know what? This is not going to be a good fit. If someone has a emotional attachment to like alcohol or something, or there's a lot of times during consultation, someone will want to get in shape like a revenge body after a relationship, right?
Oh, wow.
And they break down during consultation. I'm like, you know what? You're not ready to get in shape. You need to go seek counseling and get your mental right before you come here
Oh
and
wow!
get in
And
shape.
you actually tell your clients that.
Yeah, I don't take on
praise
everybody.
you for that because I mean, I tell people all the time it's okay to say no, but a lot of and I know and I understand that a lot of us being entrepreneurs tend to like second guess ourselves when it comes to clients sometimes because we're looking at it from both aspects. We're looking at it from a business aspect and we're also looking at it from a living aspect. We have to do what we need to do to provide for our families. So for me to hear you say that you say no, that's a wonderful thing because everybody's not meant to be in your program. And I do commend you for that because some people be like, okay, well, you know, that's your money. You decide to waste. That's on you. But I don't believe in wasting. I always tell people, you know, when you get ready to get into fitness, you got to have your mindset right, which is essential when you're first starting off because if you're just going in and say, okay, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, no matter how much you do, if that mindset is not there, you're going to fail.
Yeah.
So you need to condition your mind as well as when you're first starting off with your body. So give us a little tip about what's the first step?
First step as far as getting into shape or getting your actual mind right?
All the above.
Okay, so the first step, I always say this, is vision. Like, you have to have a vision. If you don't have a visual goal of like where you want to be, it's going to be really hard to roll out of bed at 5 a.m. or, you know, go to the gym after a long day of work. So you have to have a vision. The vision's going to like really get you out of bed. It's going to get you there. It's going to make you stay on track. Like even my vision for myself, like I'm not where I want to be. Doesn't mean that I'm not successful. It doesn't mean I'm not happy where I am. It just means that I want more, right? So vision is first, and I help my clients get a clear vision for what. Some come to me with a vision. They're ready. Okay. They show up like, hey, look, this is what I want to do. Let's go. Some have to help them paint that picture. Like, it has to be important. So the first thing is have a vision for yourself. The second thing is acknowledgement of where you currently are. Sometimes we don't want to acknowledge where we are. It doesn't mean you're downing yourself. Doesn't mean beat yourself up. It just means be honest with yourself. Like, this is where I am. Hey, I'm 50 pounds overweight, or I'm 100 pounds. Acknowledge it. Don't ignore it. And tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to have to work to get there, and I'm willing to do it. So those are two things that really help.
Yeah, and I heard you say acknowledge it, but how many people you know that actually want to say, you know, I'm 150 pounds overweight or I'm 200 pounds overweight? Sometimes that alone, you know, especially for women, we are so hard on our bodies. We tend to really see ourselves and start like going into a shut down mode because we're displeased with what we see in the mirror. And a lot of times I hear women all the time say, I never look at a scale and I never look in the mirror because they're so ashamed of themselves. So I wake up every day and I'm in love with me. I understand that, you know, I've gotten my size over the years and all the things I shouldn't have eaten, I eat or have eaten. I've gotten a lot better now, and I'm actually trying to do even better because I started having some health issues, especially with my leg and stuff like that. So I do know this is my year for me. I want you to tell people about what's the next phase, because we talked about the mental state. What's the next phase after the mental state?
The next phase is action.
Good.
That's the next phase.
Good.
Like, that's what really separates the people that reach their goals from the people that don't. It's action. Okay. Again, sometimes I've had clients start workout programs and life happens, mental pressure. It's like, oh, I can't do this. And it's like, listen, you got to want it. Like, I can want it for you, but you have to want it. Action is everything. Like, I'll give you an example. So not a lot of people know this, but like I took a whole year off of fitness coaching at one point, right?
Okay.
Took a whole year off because I made a bad business investment, right?
Okay.
It was important for me to stay in shape. So I had to get up every day, go work this 9 to 5, and I had to keep that vision on my mind, right? Of getting back into fitness coaching.
Okay.
What was my action every day though? My action was to get up at 5 a.m., go to work, get off at 10 p.m. sometimes, and still go to the gym to work
that's
out.
grinding.
Still go to the gym to work out. Maybe meal prep late, end up going to sleep at like 1 a.m. sometimes, or
and then get right back up.
Yeah.
Wow, that's commitment.
That's commitment.
But that's what it takes to be able to reach
Action.
your goal. You got to have that commitment. So yes, I understand and totally agree.
Action is everything. Like, I had the clients that come to the gym and leave their excuses, leave their problems. Everyone has life going on. what are you going to do today? Like, you're going to push forward, or you're going to stay where you are? Like, I get it. Like, everyone has had life situations. I'm pretty sure you have. Everyone. But it comes down to, are you going to do this, or are you going to stay where you are?
So let's say for me, I want to start this journey. And what would be after I got my mindset right, which I'm there, what is the first thing you would tell me to do for my body to prepare for the body transformation?
I would say once you make a commitment to either having a fitness coach or the gym, have some patience. Like, go into the process being patient. Don't throw yourself into the gym. You don't want to injure yourself. You don't want to overexert yourself. Anyone can be broken. So you have to focus on yourself when you go to the gym. A lot of times, and I see it, I can tell when someone's new to the gym, they'll be on the treadmill and maybe see someone else running sprints or something, and then what do? Start to beat themselves up like, oh man, like, hey, you don't know how long that person's been working out. You don't know what things this other person has had to overcome. You right? So have some patience and enjoy the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say before I start, I need to detox? Would you say what do I need to do for the body to get prepared?
Detoxing is really good. Detoxing, and I recommend that for a lot of clients a lot of times, just depending on what they tell me about their nutrition, right? What they've been currently eating. Detoxing is going to help you drop anywhere between a good 10 and 15 pounds within your first 4 weeks of fitness coaching. It's going to help, right? Then that's also going to help with your metabolism, because when you start to work out, your metabolism is going to speed up. That's your body's demand for more energy, more nutrition, right?
Good.
So what do? We start to eat more. So I know a lot of times society says that someone that's overweight is probably just eating too much, which is not true.
No, I get chewed out by my doctor because I don't eat enough.
Exactly.
He says that if you're only eating 2 meals a day, you're starving your body. And I realize that, but I always tell him my schedule starts literally between 5:30 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm running all day. So for me, and I remember when I was about to get married, I had a best friend, and because I was trying to be at a specific weight to fit in my dress, my dream dress, I remember every 2 hours she would call me to eat something, but it got to the point where I was so obsessed with trying to keep the schedule that when the phone would ring, I would cringe because I'm like, okay, I know I need to eat, but I also need to work and do something. And it was, everybody was saying, keep apples, keep this, keep that. And that's great. But again, it's about, you got to stop what you're doing. And I told myself, okay, 5 more minutes, I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to do it when I go to the bathroom. Okay, but I didn't follow that, and it became to where even now when I try to go to that every 2 hour regimen of trying to eat something or at least put something in my mouth, it bothers me. It stresses me out because I look at...
Why does it stress you out?
Because I fit it into a schedule.
So here's the thing. You need to understand that certain things need to have your schedule centered around them, okay? So your nutrition is important. Like, it's important for you to eat. This is your body. You're working all day. Your body needs energy, right? A lot of time, and clients tell me this sometimes, right? At the start of the program, like, yeah, I don't have time to eat. No, it doesn't go like that. You need to put your schedule. Everything I do centers around me eating. Like, my friends will tell you, I don't care what's going on. Is there going to be food there? If there is, what kind? Do I need to bring some meal preps? I need to eat. It's important. You have to center everything around your nutrition. That's your fuel. If you're not giving your body the fuel it needs, you're just running yourself into the ground. So a lot of times we look at the eating like it's a task, or, it's time to eat again. I get it. Everything is a task, right? Anything is a task. Everything that we do requires us to move and do things. Think of like a vacation. That doesn't feel like a task, does it? You're going, it's still movement.
Correct.
It's still your energy. It's still your time. But we see the positivity in it, right? You got to see the positivity in eating all day, right? Because that's going to give your body the fuel it needs, and it's going to let your body know, hey, make sure my digestive system is moving rapidly, which is going to keep that weight down, because our bodies don't care about our fitness goals. Our bodies know survival, right?
Right.
Simple. If I fall outside and scab my knee, right, it's going to scab up. The body says survive, right? Got to protect this while it heals. Digestive system is the same way. When your body realizes you're eating enough, it's going to say, okay, cool. We don't have to go into survival mode and hold on to her weight because she's eating consistently. So that's the way to go about it.
Okay. That's a powerful nugget. That's a powerful nugget. So I want to get a little bit into. I saw that you brought your water with you.
Yeah.
How essential is the body need of water? And then to the fact of, I saw you brought yours with you.
Yeah.
So that stood out to me. Like, wow, you are really serious about your water intake. How much nutrition is that for the body? What does it pretty much do? I know what it does, but can you tell our audience what it does?
Okay, so here's the thing. The water it really has more to do with like I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say I have anxiety. Like I've been overcoming it, right? So the reason I bring my water is because I realize that if I stay hydrated, it keeps me calm. So, and that's something that water does for everyone. A lot of times we might be having a stressful day, and a lot of times you start to overheat, mentally run yourself on the ground. Like, look, take a break, have some water, you'll be good, right? So drinking water also helps with your digestive system. It's going to help speed your metabolism up. So I set the goal of drinking like a gallon of water by 2 or 3 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Might seem like a lot. It's not a lot to me now, but when I first started, it was. So I would say just set a goal of drinking a certain amount. I always set a goal of a gallon a day, right?
Okay.
So if you're not there, even if you're just at a couple bottles, hey, if I'm doing 2 bottles of water, say I'm going to do 3 or go for 4. Progressively work your way toward drinking more water.
Okay. Now, you've been talking about your meal preps. I'm ready to get into that.
Meal prepping, yeah.
Yes. So explain to me about meal prepping and what's the reason for doing the meal prepping?
It's all in the name. Meal prep. Prepare, right? You're prepared. If you're prepared, it's going to save you a lot of time, right?
Yes.
So you basically just mapping out the time, which is takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to prep about 10 meals. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So first thing, I have what I call like a meal prep station, which is like in my kitchen. So you pick a cabinet and everything in an area where you keep your meal prep containers, my spatula, my everything. Like this is important to me. I know it's within arm's reach, right? So all of this stuff stays ready. So when I prepare my meals, everything's ready for the week. I'm not having to go in the kitchen and cook. And again, you have a busy schedule, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I do too. I'm training clients. I'm doing online training, doing videos. I'm going here, I'm going there. So having my food ready is going to save me time throughout the week. So you just map out that time and get it done. It's going to save you so much more time during the week.
Now, on your training regimen, do you give yourself cheat days?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Okay, so here's the thing about cheat days or cheat meals. My cheat meals are still healthy. Okay. So a cheat meal for me would be like going to a restaurant and having some salmon with asparagus and mashed potatoes. Now, someone might look at that and be like, "That's healthy." Well, I'm going to a restaurant. I'm spending more money on this one meal than I would usually spend by doing it myself, right? So to me, that's like a cheat meal, just my time to go out and kind of enjoy myself, get away from the gym, right? So I think of a cheat meal more so just as a getaway, not so much going to eat something unhealthy, okay? But if I have a goal, like a strict goal, like let's say I have to get ready for a magazine cover or something like that, like right now I have some projects coming up that I know there's no room for error. Okay. So within these next 4 to 8 weeks, I have to stay on track with my food and everything. There is no cheat meal. So I would just say it just depends on where you currently are, what you're trying to do, and how important it is for you to reach it.
I'm glad you did mention in regards to the going to the restaurant. That is my biggest thing. Like normally on the weekends, I'll go out somewhere, and for me that would be the biggest deter because I do know that most of the time on the weekend I am going to go out. So that's why I mentioned about cheat days. But you can't, and I love salmon, so that's a good thing. So you still can eat healthy, and that's what I wanted to convey to the audience. You still can eat healthy even though you are going out to eat. It's just a matter of watching what you eat and what you're actually intaking. So I'm glad you did mention that because that does make a lot of sense.
So this is what it comes down to, though. I think that people find joy in eating unhealthy foods, right? But you need to find joy in eating healthy, find that joy in working out, find that joy in staying in shape. So those are the things that excite me, right? So if I was to eat like some pizza right now, it would just make me feel horrible because I'm in shape. I'm working to get in better shape, and I want to stay in shape. So when I eat something healthy, it just makes me feel good. So I think people should find the happiness in eating healthy and let that become their cheat meal.
Okay. Okay. I want to know, how can our audience reach you and tell them about how to get in contact with you? And I also want you to tell them about the phenomenal, because I know you were in the process of coming out with a meal plan too. So I wanted you to tell them when that'll be available too.
Okay, so you can reach me at trainwithjlopez.com. My Instagram is trainwithjlopez as well. So my 90-day transformation program, I'm actually turning it into a challenge, which will be dropping at the top of the month. I'm getting ready to start doing live online coaching classes from my private gym as well. And if anyone is in the Mableton area near Veterans Memorial, so my address is not online, this is a real private gym. If you're an entrepreneur that wants to get in shape, you should definitely reach out to me.
And I promise you, he'll put you in shape. I've seen numerous of videos he's done. I've seen some people, lives he's transformed. Like I said, I met him over a year and a half ago and was blown away by the information that he was sharing to the audience. That's one of the reasons why I wanted him to come on this show, to enlighten us on things that we need to do and how to prepare and get mentally prepared and physically prepared our bodies. So I appreciate you coming on.
It's important.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I appreciate you coming on, and I look forward to seeing you again. And I hope to have you back on here when you do the part 2.
I'm down. I'm
Okay.
down.
Maybe we can actually do some little workout routine here next time.
We can invite some people. Let's make it happen.
Well, guys, you heard it. Mr. J. Lopez, he gave his information on how to reach him. This is the beginning of the year, the best time to start it. And remember, it takes 30 days to conform your mind into the new changes in which you're trying to make. If you want to know more information, please reach out to him personally. He will gladly set up a consultation for you and lead you in the right direction. I want to thank everybody for joining Straight Grown Talk. We look forward to seeing you again on the first Sunday in February. So look forward to seeing everybody then. I want to say thank you and have a wonderful evening. Goodbye.
Is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.